The dinosaurs didn't die so that we could wear fast fashion clothing from H&M and Zara, but sadly they did. Hi, this is Rakshita, and in today's video, yeah, you know you've read the title, but do you really understand? But you do understand most of the fast fashion and the clothing brands that we buy today holds a lot of other synthetic fabrics, and the major one being polyester. What's wild that the clothes that you're probably wearing right now has a very high percentage of polyester in it, and that's not the only thing that's surprising. Polyester is plastic.
These filaments used to be plastic bottles, and they're being turned into polyester.
You are wearing plastic on your body, and that plastic is derived from fossil fuels in the form of crude oil. Crazy, right? I want to talk about the connection between fast fashion and fossil fuels, and we're going to start with no other than Zara. Zara is one of the most renowned fast fashion brands in the world, which is owned by a Spanish conglomerate, which happens to be the largest retailer in the world, the parent company named Inditex. And Inditex does not just own Zara, it owns other brands such as Bershka, Pull&Bear, Stradivarius, and Massimo Dutti. I'm sure you've heard of all these brands, right? They're owned by the same parent company as that of Zara. Okay, but now let's dive into the not so glamorous part. According to a report in 2024 of the Changing Markets Foundation, Inditex use of fossil fuel based fabrics like polyester has risen by 20% as compared to last year, which would have been 2023. So even though sustainability goals is something that they do market, they're literally doubling down on the synthetic fabrics and the usage of synthetic fabrics in their clothing across all their brands. So is it more of just a PR move that sustainability is important to them? In 2023, Inditex signed a deal with a US-based startup called Sycora, which was a $70 million deal over the next 3 years to use recycled polyester in their clothing. If you really look at it, it is still just a drop of water in a large ocean in the use of the oil based synthetic fabric. Let's move to the next big behemoth that you all are aware of and which left India for a while and now it's back again in its partnership with Reliance. Shein in the world has the largest share in terms of the contribution and the highest share, which is about 82% of its clothing is made from synthetic fibers, which is insane. For the data available, Inditex is still the largest contributor in lakhs and tons of the synthetic fibers that are used. But since Shein has overtaken Inditex and H&M in terms of the global market share, the figures for Shein are not exactly available because of the policies and, well, the fact that it's a Chinese owned company. So, in terms of transparency, Inditex still stands at being the largest contributor to this. But however, it's definitely Shein because the numbers clearly speak for itself, although the company information is not that transparent and available to the public. If you've not already connected the dots, let me connect them for you. Because the oil industry is now directly involved in the production of fast fashion, this also has a geopolitical angle to it. In 2022, there was a report published by this foundation called the Changing Markets Foundation, and the report was called Dress to Kill. In that report, it's Inditex, H&M, New Look. So it is being said that all of these brands are indirectly funding the Russian oil despite publicly cutting their ties with Russia during the Ukraine invasion. Connection between Russia and all these companies come through the back end channel of polyesters. Now, there are the two major petrochemical players in the industry, which is the Reliance Industries Group located out of India, and there is the China's Hengley Group. They both are major petrochemical players and they are also responsible for manufacturing synthetic fabrics such as polyesters, which are used majorly across all the fashion companies across the world. And now that you can draw a connection, guess what is fueling these factories? It's the Russian oil. So even if these brands are not selling directly to Russia, the supply chain is still funding it. As per the part of this report, of the 43 major brands that were interviewed, only 13 responded and were transparent about their connections with Russia and their oil. However, the others did not respond at all, which automatically tells you about the connections and what is being portrayed to the world when it comes to the big oil and the fast fashion companies. Now, what is the problem with polyester exactly and other synthetic materials, even though it can be recycled through plastic? Well, one of them is plastics, and the other being microplastic. With every polyester shirt that is washed, microplastics are literally entering the environment through every household with the medium of water. Even though as a material it is very versatile and can be easily mixed with other synthetic fabrics to create a very durable and a long lasting piece of clothing, it is not exactly biodegradable or eco-friendly. And when it comes to recycling polyester, it is not that easy as well. Less than 1% of the polyester is recycled, and the reason being it's difficult to sort polyester since it's already mixed with different synthetic fibers. The sorting techniques required, and the fact when you recycle polyester again, it loses its original attributes of strength. Coloring becomes an issue, and a lot of other factors. So along with the pros, it kind of has more cons that outweigh the entire dynamic of how polyester is being viewed today in the fashion space. Now, before you think this is all extremely negative, it's not completely true. There is obviously progress that has been made with regards to polyester and although PET, which is present in the plastic bottles, is being pushed as the sustainable future for polyester ahead. Not only will it keep the plastic out of the landfills, it will also reduce the dependence on the raw material, which is crude oil. Now, according to Ellen MacArthur Foundation, we can save up to 32 million barrels of oil if we push towards the recycling of virgin polyester. That is a significant improvement only if we keep scaling it up. Now, even though all of these major players in the fashion space has pledged to make these changes, the way they source the products, the supply chain, and whatnot, what is the actual significance and the proof that they are moving towards more eco-friendly methods of fabric production? This is something we'll know as time passes, but for now, I want to leave you with a thought. The next time you pick a clothing item from a rack, be it a Zara, H&M, or wherever, do think about the composition of the clothing and also understand that what you're going to be putting on your body at that moment is made up from oil, crude oil, which is a fossil fuel that we are already running out of. So, if this is something that interests you, you might want to consider alternatives that are more eco friendly, or if you still want to continue purchasing polyester, you might want to also check that the brands that are actually using recycled polyester and the brands that do really support sustainable objectives when it comes to the environment. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.